Shalom, 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 Yasha Allah. This your boy, Brother Shammah Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called Proven Wrong. Proven Wrong. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi. All right, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, double honors the apostles and elders of GMS who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. And mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to all you Akim out there laboring on the highways and on the hedges and on the unicorn, which is this internet, pushing this 100% doctrine, this 100% truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom to you all as well. Like I said, today's lesson is going to be called Proven Wrong. All right, proven wrong. Just on this, latest news, all right, from this guy, Charlie Kirk, all right, who was deleted at, I believe, the University of Utah while he was giving a speech. He, he's seen the video, but, they show video of him, tossing out the Make America Great Again hats, and, I believe on the little tent that he had, it says, I'll see, it's going to come up in a second, right? But I kind of labeled the title from what I saw on the tent. So I'm just going to read this, right? This is the Independent. It says, all it takes is one lunatic eyewitness describe moment Charlie Kirk shot in the neck at Utah speaking event. It says, an eyewitness described the shocking moment. Charlie Kirk was fatally gunned down on Wednesday as pretty scary stuff. All right. And, pretty much the same thing. This violence is this place Babylon is going down too, man. All right. Just as, you see these things happening, hey, the Lord is gonna, the Lord is manifesting these things, but on a broader level, hey, the Lord is about to bring this whole place down, man. All right, quickly, very quickly. All right. It says bystander video from the outdoor event at the Utah Valley University campus in Orem shows Kirk sitting in a tent-like booth, right? And there's a tent holding a microphone addressing the crowd when a shot suddenly rings out. The bullet hits Kirk in the neck, and blood could be seen gushing from his wound. He was subsequently pronounced deceased at the age of 31. It says it's a bummer because whoever did this was able to enter into the premise with a firearm. Eyewitness Justin Hicken told The Independent in a phone interview a short time later. Says it's just a sad thing. I'm very conservative myself. I'm pro Second Amendment, he says, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure you're taking good, secure measures when you're hosting events like this, because all it takes is one lunatic. Hicken, 41, showed up to the event a few minutes before it started. Estimated the size of the crowd was 3,000 to 4,000 people packed into a little door amphitheater. All right, it says, unfortunately, there were no metal detectors or anything. It says at first Hicken was standing so far back he couldn't even see Kirk, but he went on. I was able to finagle my way down along the side and wound up probably about 20 yards from him to his far left. All right. And this is why I labeled this, right? If you see this picture right here, and it's going to be on the title screen, right? And I like I said, I labeled it proven wrong. All right. Because you see, it says American comeback. It says prove me wrong. All right. And guess what? Yahawashi proved you wrong. All right, you've been proven wrong. All right, there's no comeback for this place. All right, Babylon is not going to be made great again. The only great part about it is going to be its destruction at the end of the day. All right. So it says, following an exchange between Kirk and an attendee about religion, another person stood up and asked a question about these masks. According to Hicken, he got about 60 to 90 seconds into it, and then went the shot. That's when the shot went off. It says, I saw blood squirting from Charlie. His body kind of recoiled. Everybody started screaming. People dropped to the floor. A whole bunch of bodies all over. Just crazy stuff. As I was on the floor with bodies on top of me, I was listening, praying, and hopefully there was no more shots. It says, when the sound of the second shot failed to materialize, everyone sprang up, fled. Hicken went off. He was brought inside one of the university buildings by officials who took his info. He said he emerged a short time later to literally hundreds of emergency vehicles and SWAT team fanning out on the grounds. All right. But ultimately, this place, like this is going to be, brought down. All right. And I just want to get a couple of scriptures, right? But it was just, ironic how, the tent says American comeback prove me wrong. All right. And right under that tent, I believe he was under that tent where, right, the Lord proved him wrong. All right. The Lord showed him, But let's get a couple of scriptures, right? Because ultimately, Babylon is going down the same way. All right. It's going down, quickly. Okay. And you watch the video, he's talking about, we need to stop gang violence or something, he said. And as soon as he said that, boom, that shot, rang out. All right. And dropped him. Okay. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5. These are just a couple of scriptures that kind of popped up to my head. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as a travail upon a woman with child, they shall not escape. Okay? And here he is talking about, gang violence and this, like literally, like you watch the video, like as soon as he said that, right, that shot rang out, right, and silenced it, And ultimately, it's not even gang violence. This is, you just got somebody who was targeting him from, probably, a couple of 100 yards or whatever, and deleted him. Okay. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay. And neither is Babylon. Babylon is not going to escape its judgment at the end of the day. All right. They're going, they're going to reap what they're going to get. All right. The scriptures tell you in the book of Revelation 18 and 21. All right. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Okay, so thus with violence. All right, this place was established by violence. All right, and guess what? It's gonna go with violence. All right, so while you're trying to make that Babylonian comeback, all right, prove you wrong, you've been proven wrong. All right, because guess what? The same way that this place was established by violence, it's gonna be taken out by even greater violence. All right, and this violence is coming from above. All right, from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay, just how ironic. All right, let's go to Ezekiel. Right, I'm not gonna make this too long. But this place is riddled with violence. All right, and as we see, Violence begats violence. All right. This is start at verse number 2. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 2, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Mount Seir, right? Esau, Edom. Okay? And say unto it, Thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi thy power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right? Ain't no comeback. Ain't no great Babylonian comeback, right? Ain't no great Egyptian comeback. This place is done, okay? There's no coming back from none of this stuff, all right? So it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? The scriptures say, shall evil be done in the city, and the Lord have not done it. All right? We know that the Lord does it. The Lord creates evil and good. Okay? All right? And the Lord is showing it. All right? You got a whole thing talk about prove you wrong. Prove me wrong, and the Lord proved them wrong. Right there on the spot. Okay? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So when it was great, when this place was great, what they were, Esau, Edom was what? Was, had their neck upon Jake, all right, upon the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, had that neck, the knee on their neck, okay. They were, wholly oppressing them, all right. But guess what? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Most High Power, I will prepare unto thee blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right, and you see that, just right there on a microcosm level. All right, hey, blood is gonna pursue you. And you seen that video, man? It's brutal. Like I say, as soon as he said what he said, boom, that shot rang out, and he clenched up, and it started gushing out of his neck, man. That blood start pouring out, man. All right, and guess what? Hey, this place, right? How sudden that happened? That's how sudden this place is gonna go down. All right, this whole place is gonna go down in 1 hour. All right, in less than a time that to watch a decent movie, right? This place is going down. All right, for the violence that it has done. All right, this place was started with violence, and it's gonna end with violence, man. All right, and there's more violence to come. That's what the scriptures say. There's yet much more evils that are gonna be coming upon this place. All right, so folks gotta beware and prepare. All right, this is the time to be circumspect. All right, because we're redeeming the times because they are evil, right? And the Lord has what? He has set, spirits of vengeance upon the earth, all right, that are going to appease his wrath, all right? And he's using them left and right, as you see now, all right? You can just turn on the news and there's all different types of things going on, all right? This is the time for, Jake, to get yourself together, man, all right? You see these things getting stirred up, all right? They're pushing for, nations against nations, right? Cities against cities, kingdoms against kingdoms. Like it's coming, all right? And it's coming to your backyard, man. All right, so prepare, all right? And beware, okay? So I just wanted to do this quick lesson. Lord's will, this was edifying, right? But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the 144,000 men. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who ruled well to the spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days. Another mighty shalom to the rest of the elect out there in the household of faith. All right. Hey, this place is going down. All right. The Lord has proved them wrong. All right. It's not going to be a Babylonian comeback in this place. This place is done. All right. This place is finished. You know, I did a lesson yesterday, circling the drain, man. All right. So with that, we say a ball, and shalom.